You ever notice how two people can make the same salary, live in the same city, and somehow one of them is building wealth while the other is constantly broke? Like they're both making $60,000 a year, but one has $50,000 in investments and the other has $5,000 in credit card debt. What's really going on here? Is it just luck? Better parents? Secret knowledge? Or is it something way simpler that nobody wants to admit? My name is Mike, and today we're diving into 50 specific habits that separate people who build wealth from people who stay broke. And before you click away thinking this is going to be some lecture about skipping coffee and eating ramen, let me be clear, we're talking about the real habits that actually matter. The ones that create a 6 or 7 figure difference over a lifetime, not the BS advice you see everywhere else. If you want the brutal truth about money without the sugarcoating, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Because we're about to get into some uncomfortable territory that most finance channels won't talk about. Habit 1, morning routine, broke people. Hit snooze 5 times. Scroll social media for 30 minutes before getting out of bed. Rush through their morning in panic mode, rich people. Wake up at a consistent time. Have a deliberate morning routine that might include exercise, reading, or planning their day. They're not necessarily waking up at 4 a.m. like the Hustle brothers claim, but they're intentional about how they start. Habit 2, breakfast decisions, broke people. Skip breakfast or grab a $8 breakfast sandwich and $6 coffee on the way to work every single day. Rich people. Either meal prep breakfast or have a consistent routine at home. They'll spend money on good coffee equipment once instead of $6 daily. Habit 3, commute time, broke people. Listen to music or scroll social media during their commute. Basically wasting 1 to 2 hours per day. Rich people. Use commute time for podcasts, audiobooks, or planning. They're learning or strategizing while everyone else is just killing time. Habit 4, work approach, broke people. Do exactly what's required and nothing more, watching the clock until 5 p.m. Rich people. Focus on creating value and solving problems, not just filling time. They understand that exceptional work leads to exceptional opportunities. Habit 5, lunch spending, broke people. Buy lunch every day. Spending $10 to $15 without thinking about it. That's $200 to $300 per month. Rich people. Meal prep or strategically choose when eating out provides networking value. They're not cheap, they're intentional. Habit 6, paycheck treatment, broke people. Wait for their paycheck to hit. Then immediately spend it on whatever bills are due and whatever they want, rich people. Pay themselves first. Automatically moving money to investments and savings before they see it. Habit 7, bank account monitoring, broke people. Avoid looking at their bank account because it causes anxiety. Hope things work out, rich people. Check their accounts regularly. Know exactly where they stand. Track every dollar. Habit 8, emergency fund, broke people. Have no emergency fund. One unexpected expense becomes a crisis, rich people. Keep 3 to 6 months of expenses liquid. Sleep better knowing they can handle emergencies. Habit 9, credit card usage, broke people. Use credit cards to buy things they can't afford. Carry balances, pay 20% plus interest. Rich people. Use credit cards strategically for points and benefits. Pay off the full balance every month. Habit 10, subscription management, broke people. Have 1015 subscriptions on autopay they barely use. Lose track of what they're paying for. Rich people. Regularly audit subscriptions. Cancel what doesn't provide value. Every dollar has a purpose. Shopping and spending patterns. Habit 11, grocery shopping, broke people. Shop without a list. Buy whatever looks good. Throw away food that goes bad. Rich people. Meal plan, make lists. Buy in bulk for non-perishables. Waste almost nothing. Habit 12, impulse purchases, broke people. See something. Want it. Buy it. Constant impulse purchases add up to thousands per year. Rich people. Use the 48-hour rule for non-essential purchases. Usually realize they don't actually want it. Habit 13, sales and discounts, broke people. Buy things they don't need because they're on sale. I saved $50. No, you spent $100, rich people. Only buy sale items they were already planning to purchase. Don't let discounts create spending. Habit 14. Quality versus price. Broke people always buy the cheapest option. End up replacing items constantly. Rich people calculate cost per use. Spend more on quality items that last years instead of months. Habit 15. Car decisions. Broke people buy or lease new cars. Have perpetual car payments. See cars as status symbols. Rich people drive reliable used vehicles. Own them outright. See cars as transportation tools. Time and learning habits. Habit 16. Evening entertainment. Broke people spend 3 to 4 hours watching Netflix or scrolling social media every night. Rich people limit passive entertainment. Spend time learning skills, building side projects, or networking. Habit 17. Weekend activities. Broke people spend weekends recovering from the work week. Pure consumption and entertainment. Rich people use weekends for skill development, side hustles, or strategic relationship building. Habit 18. Learning investment. Broke people stop learning after school ends. Maybe read 1 book per year. Rich people consistently invest in learning. Read 20 to 50 books per year. Take courses. Find mentors. Habit 19. Free time monetization. Broke people never think about turning hobbies or skills into income. Rich people always looking for ways to monetize skills and knowledge, build side income streams. Habit 20. Social media usage. Broke people spend hours per day consuming content, scrolling mindlessly. Rich people use social media strategically for networking or building their brand. Strict time limits. Career and income habits. Habit 21. Salary negotiation. Broke people accept the first offer. Never negotiate. Feel grateful just to have a job. Rich people always negotiate. Know their market value, comfortable asking for more. Habit 22. Job hopping strategy. Broke people stay at the same job for years despite minimal raises. Loyalty to companies that aren't loyal back. Rich people strategically switch jobs every 2 to 4 years for 10 to 20% raises. Understand the game. Habit 23. Skill development. Broke people only do what's required for their current job. No investment in future earning potential. Rich people constantly learning high-value skills that increase their market rate. Habit 24. Income streams. Broke people rely entirely on one job. One income source, one point of failure. Rich people build multiple income streams. Side hustles, investments, freelance work. Habit 25. Networking. Broke people only interact with coworkers when required. No professional network outside their company. Rich people actively build relationships. Attend events, provide value to their network. Investment and wealth building. Habit 26. Investment priority. Broke people plan to start investing someday when they have more money. Rich people start investing immediately. Even if it's just $50 per month, time and market matters. Habit 27. Investment knowledge. Broke people think investing is gambling or too complicated. Never learn the basics. Rich people spend time understanding index funds, compound interest, and basic portfolio theory. Habit 28. Retirement planning. Broke people don't contribute to 401k or IRA, especially if there's no employer match. Rich people max out tax-advantaged accounts first. Understand the power of compound growth. Habit 29. Get rich quick mentality. Broke people chase lottery tickets, penny stocks, crypto gambling. Look for shortcuts. Rich people focus on boring. Proven wealth building strategies. Get rich slow. Habit 30. Risk assessment. Broke people either too scared to take any risk or take stupid risks on things they don't understand. Rich people take calculated risks with money they can afford to lose. Educated gambles. Relationship and social habits. Habit 31. Friend circle. Broke people surrounded by other broke people with broke mindsets. Everyone complains together. Rich people intentionally build relationships with people doing better than them. Upward network. Habit 32. Social spending pressure. Broke people say yes to every social invitation even when they can't afford it. Fear of missing out. Rich people comfortable saying no. Suggest free or cheap alternatives. Real friends understand. Habit 33. Relationship money talks broke people. Avoid discussing money with partners until it becomes a crisis. Rich people. Have regular money conversations, aligned financial goals with partners. Habit 34. Lifestyle comparison broke people. Constantly compare themselves to others. Try to keep up appearances, rich people. Don't care what others think of their spending choices. Focus on their own goals. Habit 35. Generosity approach broke people. Either never help others or give money they can't afford to give. Rich people. Strategic with generosity. Help others in ways that don't destroy their own finances. Housing and living expenses. Habit 36. Housing decisions broke people. Rent or buy more house than they need. Spend 40 to 50% of income on housing. Rich people. Keep housing costs at 25 to 30% of income, room with roommates longer if needed. Habit 37. Location choices broke people. Stay in high cost of living areas for emotional reasons. Not strategic about location, rich people. Live in lower cost areas or negotiate remote work. Maximize income to expense ratio. Habit 38. Home maintenance broke people. Ignore small problems until they become expensive emergencies. Rich people. Do regular maintenance. Learn basic DIY skills. Prevent costly repairs. Habit 39. Utility management broke people. Leave lights on. AC running when not home. Never think about utility costs. Rich people. Mindful of energy usage. Make one-time investments in efficiency that pay ongoing dividends. Habit 40. Space utilization broke people. Pay for storage units full of stuff they never use. Rich people. Regularly declutter. Sell unused items. Don't pay to store things with no value. Health and lifestyle habits. Habit 41. Health maintenance broke people. Skip preventive care. Let small health issues become major problems. Rich people. Regular checkups. Address issues early. Understand health is wealth. Habit 42. Fitness approach broke people. Pay for gym memberships they don't use. Or neglect fitness entirely. Rich people. Either actually use the gym or work out for free at home or outside. Habit 43. Food quality broke people. Eat cheap, unhealthy food now, pay with health problems later. Rich people. Invest in nutrition. Cook healthy meals. See food as fuel and medicine. Habit 44. Stress management broke people. Ignore stress. Self-medicate with shopping or substances. Rich people. Actively manage stress through exercise. Meditation, therapy, protect mental health. Habit 45. Sleep priority broke people. Sacrifice sleep to watch TV or scroll social media. Rich people. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Understand the connection between rest and performance. Planning and goal setting. Habit 46. Financial goals broke people. Vague wishes like, I want to be rich someday. No specific targets. Rich people. Written goals with specific numbers and timelines. Clear path forward. Habit 47. Budget existence broke people. No budget. Just hope money lasts until the next paycheck. Rich people. Detailed budget. Know exactly where every dollar goes. Adjust monthly. Habit 48. Future planning broke people. Live entirely in the present. No thought given to 5 or 10 years from now. Rich people. Make decisions based on where they want to be in 10 years. Delayed gratification. Habit 49. Tracking progress broke people. Never calculate net worth. Avoid looking at the numbers. Rich people. Track net worth monthly. Celebrate progress. Adjust strategy when needed. Habit 50. Accountability broke people. Make excuses. Blame circumstances. Play victim to their situation. Rich people. Take responsibility. Focus on what they can control. Adjust based on results. The real difference. Here's what this all comes down to. And it's something most people don't want to hear. The difference between rich and broke isn't usually about how much you make. It's about the hundreds of small decisions you make every single day. That broke person making $60,000? They're making broke decisions 50 times per day. Hitting snooze instead of waking up intentionally. Buying lunch instead of meal prepping. Scrolling instead of learning, spending instead of investing. Each decision seems small, but they compound. The rich person making the same $60,000? They're making rich decisions 50 times per day. And after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, the gap becomes massive, not because of one big decision, but because of thousands of small ones. The uncomfortable truth is that most people stay broke because they keep making broke decisions while hoping for different results. They want the outcome of rich habits without actually changing their daily behavior. You can't out-earn bad habits. I've seen people making $200,000 per year who are broke because they have broke habits scaled up to a bigger income. They just buy more expensive stuff they can't afford. And I've seen people making $40,000 per year who are building real wealth because they've adopted rich habits. They're patient, they're intentional, and they understand that wealth is built through boring consistency, not exciting gambles. The good news? You can change these habits starting today. You don't need to fix all 50 at once. That's overwhelming and you'll quit. Pick 3 or 4 habits from this list that resonate with you and focus on changing those. Master them over the next 90 days. Then pick 3 or 4 more. The person who changes 10 habits this year will be in a completely different financial position next year. Change 20 habits and you'll be unrecognizable in 2 years. It's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional and consistent. Look, I know some of these habits sound small or insignificant. Who cares if you meal prep lunch? What difference does it really make? But that's exactly how broke people think. They dismiss small actions because they can't see how they compound over time. Rich people understand that everything compounds. Your daily decisions compound. Your habits compound, your knowledge compounds, your network compounds. Small changes in trajectory create massive differences in destination. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch this video and move on. Actually pick 3 habits you're going to change. Write them down, set a reminder on your phone. Tell someone who will hold you accountable. Because the difference between rich and broke isn't genetic. It's not luck, it's not about where you started. It's about the daily choices you make, and those choices are 100% within your control.
If you found this helpful and you're actually going to implement some of these habits,
do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below telling me which 3 habits you're committing to change first. I read every comment and I'm genuinely curious which ones hit home for you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, someone who's stuck in broke habits and wondering why nothing changes, send them this video. Sometimes we all need a wake-up call. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.